Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Scottish Disney Cars Collector YouTube channel. And today we are going to be taking a look at Jonathan Gearson, or Jonathan Gearson as I'm calling her. Yes, the name debate for this car is honestly fucking ridiculous, and it's Mattel's fault with that. I'll go over that in this video, but yes, this was our first new release of 2025. Can you believe that we've gone, what, 5 cases into the year and we've not had a single new release until Case S? And this is why I think Case S is the best case of this year. A brand new car or brand new character and two new Talon variants, which are both really good, Acer and Lightning Ramon. So, yeah. So I thought I should take a look at our first new release of the year and discuss whether if she is worthy of being a good release. So, Jonathan Gearson, or Jonathan Gearson as I'm calling her. Now, that whole name, fine. Basically, this is a female car. 100%. There's no denying that. Because this is the thing. In this universe, if any car has this eyeliner, this black thick eyeliner, that means they're female. Look at Flo. Look at Sally. Look at fucking Bella Cadaver, Jessica Carvel. They all have eyeliner to simulate that they are females. So this car is female because she speaks in the episode, I'm sure, as well. I can't remember, it's been ages since I've seen it, but she is female. However, that name, Jonathan Gearson, I think that is just purely Mattel fucking it up, and this should not be the name. I think that was meant to be a name for another character, and they've just screwed it up. I think that's been the problem. Because if you look at the credits for Cars on the Road, there's no name given to this character at all, which is a shame. But yeah. But to make the name sound more female, I'm calling her Jonathan Gearson. Yeah, okay, it's still Jonathan, but, Jonathan. Or Joe Gearson. How about just Jono Gearson? Joe Gearson? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, she's obviously Belle Cadaver's assistant from the B-movie episode, and she's a BMW car, which is, tremendously nice. I do know this is a repaint of one of the Cars 2 fans. I can't remember who it is. But he was a sort of brown colour, and this is a sort of light blue grey colour. It looks more grey on camera, but it's definitely like a light blue grey, which is not accurate to the show at all. She should be a bit more of a dark metallic blue. Sort of like Finn McMissile metallic blue, actually. Yeah, that's the colour she should have been. Do you know, I hadn't thought of that. I do have a Finn over here. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. She should have been more this fucking colour and not that. Christ. See when you compare the two. Jeez. Yeah, it's just not right at all. But sorry, I was putting them back. But unfortunately, they've not really bothered to do the correct colour at all. It's this sort of crap light blue. That's probably I think it looks nice as its own thing, but in terms of accuracy, no, it's not correct. That's my biggest problem with this release. I think it's not really the name, it is just how wrong the blue is. But in terms of detail, well, she has a BMW, so if we go for the front, there's the expression, which does look very nice. I like her little smile. The eyes. We've obviously got the headlights and the iconic BMW grille and the BMW logo, which is very tiny, but really well detailed, I think, for its scale. I don't know what the fuck happened there, sorry. And I rarely ever use zoom. Yeah, I think that's the best you're going to get. But you can make it out. It is a BMW logo, no doubt, which, again, I think is really nicely picked out. There you go, you can see it there. I'm glad they nailed that, for Thailand decals anyway. But I had to say, in the last couple of weeks, ever since I got Jonathan Gearson, I've been looking out for BMWs every single time I've been out and walking past BMWs and be like, oh, that's a BMW, because they're just so iconic and recognisable, and it is because of that grille and that logo. You know what it is as soon as you see it. And I've decided that if I'm going to get a car, or, to us, I would love to get a few cars in my lifetime, but if I'm going to start off with a basic car, I'm going to go for a BMW. I think I've decided that. They're just really nice looking and chunky and angular. Just really like them. Of course, for the side, well, I suppose we should go over that side first, actually. Not a lot going out. You've got the door. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Christ, sorry about that. I just checked to see if she was chipped, but no, she's fine, thankfully. Anyway, well, nothing much going on. You've got the doors, there's the grey handles, you've got a little bit of the orange light, I guess. The wheels are really nice. They're actually silver and not fucking grey, like a lot of Thailand cars when they should be silver, so they do look very nice. I'm glad they've been picked out properly. You've got your side view mirror, which I do know on the repaint of whatever this is, they were plastic beforehand. Now they're actually metal and part of the body, which is much better, I think. And as it goes for the other side, well, you've got your headset, which is just black, and there's a speaker, and that's pretty much it. It's very similar to Grandmouth headset or Acer with headset, one of the two, and Cruiser mirrors, Trainer Cruiser mirrors, is that her name? They're very similar to that. It's a smaller one piece, basically, rather than being like, big headphones. And as it goes for the back, her license plate reads 419NV. No idea whose birth date that might be. 3301, like a proper BMW. There's a BMW logo again. And the taillights, and of course the exhaust pipes, and the trunk. And the top. And that little, I guess it's for the little antenna. Which of course I'm not going to sculpt on these because it's too small. But yeah. And her data stamp again is T51A, so like Lightning Ramon, who I just took a look at in the previous video. So produced on the 51st week of 2024. And oddly no BMW copyright. That's interesting. But yeah, that's basically Jonathan Gearson, or Jonathan Gearson. It wasn't a lot to talk about with this one, but she is the first new release. I think the problem is with doing some of these reviews is I don't have all the cars to compare them to, like previous ones. So I do try and make the best of what I had, because if I had that Cars 2 race fan, I would have gladly made the comparison, but unfortunately I don't have him, whatever his name is. But yeah, that is Jonathan Gearson. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.